and to my left, Greg, Trevor Story just showed up. So, I mean.
Well, there he is.
Yeah.
Morning, Trevor Story.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm great. How are y'all?
We were just discussing, or Mike Vrabel, the new head coach of the New England Patriots, was discussing the slip and slide that was deployed by Alex Cora a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, man, that was fun. I actually got my kids out there, and we put it to good use. So that was a good way to practice sliding for sure.
What's the injury protocol for something like that?
Yeah, I think we're good. If you get hurt on the slip and slide, then you're in trouble. So.
Well, I mean, Chris Sale had trouble with a bike, if I remember.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Well,
speaking of that, I mean, it's been, you had the big acquisition a couple years ago, and showed up, and there was a lot of high hopes for the signing, and it's just been something that's been a failure to launch. How much pressure have you put on yourself this offseason to make it through a full year this year with the Sox?
Yeah, man, it's top priority for sure. I think, yeah, like you said, coming here, the first 3 years have not been what I signed up for, and not what I expected. So, I kind of hang my hat on playing a lot of games. 155 games is my goal every year, and obviously haven't come close to that the first 3 years. So, we're doing everything I can possible to come into camp healthy and to produce those type of seasons that I was doing in Colorado. So that's where my mind's at, and I know I put in the work, and I know that the city of Boston will see that. And that's really what I kind of hang my hat on.
When they brought you, sorry, go ahead, Greg.
We were talking earlier about Lucas Giolito saying the chemistry on this team is off the charts. You've been here for 3 years. You feel the same way? You feel different about this team?
I do. It's and I think everyone kind of uses that coming at the beginning of spring training. Everyone's talking about that, but it really does feel different. And I think that it starts with the off-season acquisitions, the trades, the obviously signing Bregman. It just felt like we were always in on everybody in the off-season, and that wasn't really the case the last 3 years. So, that fired up the boys, and then, when we get to camp, and I was just talking to AC, like, everyone just wants to get here early. Everyone's leaving late. We're having dinners every week, and, the ball talk is at an all-time high, and I think that's what's been missing. And the guys are just really hungry and really want to do well, and I think that's going to serve us well.
Maybe you can recommend a place to that guy Wiggy right next to you there, because he's not too impressed with the dinner down in Fort Myers.
No, I didn't say the dinners. I just need a beach close to me, like 5 minutes away there. But they got me stuck over here in Courtyard and no beach.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've had a hard time finding a great spot too. But yeah, it's Big Herm. He cooks for us. He's AC's guy, and he cooks us up some nice home cooked meals. So yeah, I don't got anything for you.
Greg's going to ask for Big Herm's number. So here we go.
When they brought you here, they weren't just looking for your talent on the field, but also your leadership. And I think Alex Cora has made that pretty clear. I liked what you said the other day about you needing to be in the fire with the guys to be the leader that they need you to be. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like this is the year where you're going to be able to do that? The addition of Bregman is also going to bring another leader, but bringing that into this clubhouse, I think, super important for you.
It is. It's something that I take a lot of pride in, and yeah, like I said, you can lead, but I think the best way to lead is on the field with your boys. The best ability is availability, and if you can, that's like I said, it's the top priority for me is to be healthy. We're doing all the things that it takes to be healthy over 162 plus. So, I take a lot of pride in it, and I do not like missing games. It's the worst. It's no fun just watching, and I feel like I've served my time, trying to watch and lead from a different standpoint, So yeah, it's time to do it on the field.
Have you changed your approach in any way, like like you said, so you're able to play that 155? If there's something that you learned that you're doing differently now to make sure, because like you said, the most important thing is availability. Mm-hmm. So is there something that you've learned, or maybe you're doing different now this season to make sure that you're able to get those games?
Yeah, the training, my guys back home and in the off season are really good, and we've. My specialty is athleticism, so like we're really challenging that, and just trying to grow in that area too. Obviously, the durability hasn't been there the last 2 years, but I think it's been more kind of injuries that you can't really foresee, or just that are more freakish injuries. Obviously, last year was a freak injury, and the elbow just kind of, that one went on me too. So it was nothing, that we could have done that we didn't do. So that's where I have a little bit of peace in that, knowing that, man, I work hard and I know the things that I need to do on an everyday basis. I've done that for a while, and that's part of being a veteran. And sometimes you gotta, see the things for what they are. And I think that's kind of where I'm getting back to.
At shortstop, you could have a new third baseman in Alex Bregman. What do you think of the signing, and what's been like playing with him thus far?
Yeah, it's been good, man. I love the signing. Obviously, right-handed bat, guy that pulls the ball in the air. He's gonna kill Fenway. I think you've already seen, his first game. He's taking dead aim at it, and he just brings a lot to the offensive group, to the leadership, like we mentioned. And obviously he's a Gold Glover, so wherever he ends up playing, he's gonna, solidify the infield even more. And excited to play with him on the infield, because infield defense hasn't been our strongest suit, and I think that's I take that personally as a shortstop. So obviously I need to be out there to help that as well.
We've all obviously been focused a lot on third base, but overall, when it comes to competition for that position, there's going to end up being competition at other positions. Cora yesterday joined us, said that he's going to see that at first, at second. Do you feel like that is a benefit for the clubhouse right now, knowing that everybody's kind of fighting for their job?
Yeah, it's good. It is good. I think, guys, it brings out the best in people. I remember, we've all been in that situation. I think in 2016, I was competing for the starting shortstop job, and it's a different vibe for sure. And you bring the best every single day, and that's kind of the way I'm attacking this year. With some of the positions are obviously set, but having that mindset can help a lot. It brings out the best in you and your other teammates too.
As Tristan Casas said, you should start yet. I know he made some comments about what the roster should look like. I don't know if he's given you the all clear for shortstop yet.
Yeah, I checked with him. We're good. We're all good.
Okay, good.
What is it? What would be the oddest thing that you've seen him do?
Ooh, man. I think to keep it PG. I mean, he. I don't know, man. I guess the oddest thing would be, the cold tubs in the morning, just like at 4:30 a.m. is like a different level of commitment to it.
I like that from him.
Yeah, he's all baseball. He loves it. He's obsessed with it. And that's what I love about the guy, man. He does some quirky things, some different things, but all he cares about is baseball, and that's what he's locked into. So I can live with that all day.
Sure.
ABS in place at 13 ballparks during spring training. You guys you'll have the opportunity to challenge balls and strikes. Do you like that when it comes to Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I think so. I've been able to play in AAA the last couple years on rehab, and been a part of that. I don't think I ever actually used the system, but I think there's a place for it in the game. I'm not sure exactly if it's when that happens, but I think like the other leagues like NFL, and you see some of these tennis matches, they're using technology to help the game be called the right way, and I think that's you just hate to see something like that happen in a big game like in the World Series, and a bad call kind of turns the momentum of the game or even decides the game. So I'm all for it in that aspect, but I think we got to find the right place for it.
Trevor, you talked about chemistry, and Alex Cora talked about that yesterday, the vibe down here. I know when I played in the NFL, a lot of the chemistry was built in our training camp. How much of the chemistry and what type of team that you're going to have, maybe throughout the year happens at a spring training, which obviously is completely different than an NFL training camp. But how much of that chemistry can you really see being built that's going to be able to carry you guys through all the way throughout the playoffs and, hopefully into the postseason?
Exactly, yeah. I think all of it. some of it starts in the off season where we're talking, we're exchanging ideas, how to get better. I host some guys down there in Texas, and they come down, and but yeah, this is where, like you said, this is where you kind of set the precedent for the season. You get your, how you're going to attack on offense. All these different conversations you're going to have, and they happen here, and they happen, at the barbecues we're having. They happen. This is just the time for it, I believe, and I think it's going to serve us well down the road because, like I said, the ball talk is at an all-time high, and that has been the difference, I think, in the last few years that I've been here. Like, guys are hanging around, guys are spending more time here, more time away from the field, and I think that just lends to more chemistry. And then once you get on the field, man, you've kind of gone over these things, you trust each other, and that goes a long way.
Cora,
I know you talked last week, I think, a lot about spending time with some of those younger guys and how important that is. You were talking about leadership. Is that something that you focus on? Is trying to help those guys when it comes to adjusting to maybe making this team? Definitely.
It's time spent with those guys. I think that's the first part of gaining someone's trust is if you don't have a relationship with somebody, it's hard to really have those words land. So just spending time with them, getting to know them better, and they've done well, man. They're Roman, Marcelo, KC. These guys are locked in. They're getting here early. They're following all of our footsteps, and they want to be better, and they're asking questions, which is huge because I know when I was younger, I was a little scared to ask questions to some of the veteran guys, but you come out of that shell as you get a little older. But these guys, man, they're ready. They from a maturity standpoint, it's incredible. So it's been fun being around them because they're hungry, really hungry.
Last season, there was a lot of talk about what the future was going to look like for Alex Cora here in Boston. For him to sign on for another 3 years, being a player's manager, what does that vibe do for you guys this year now that that is kind of in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, it's a big thing. Just kind of a breath of fresh air knowing that he's going to be with us for at least the next 3 years, and just an incredible communicator, incredible, like you said, a player's coach. He is he's been in the fire. He knows what it's like to struggle. He knows what it's like to do well, to play infield, to play in Boston, to do all the things. He's done them. So not a lot of managers can say that, and I think that serves him well. And he's obviously a superb baseball mind, and he's always thinking ahead and trying to push the game in different ways. And he's taught me so much, and I think having that guy at the head of our dugout is just kind of as a calming presence for everyone.
How aware are you guys of I'll call it the fan expectations, like the desire for fans to see this team be a playoff team this season?
I mean, I think it's I can only speak for myself, but I think it's always World Series or bust. That's our expectation. That's why I came here. That's why I signed here, and was to win. And I think this year feels more, like a realistic goal to where we can actually say that. And every year you have belief in your teammates. You show up to spring training. Everyone's gotten better in the off season, but when you add certain talent like we did, it sends a message, and I think to the players and to the fans.
So the theme of that playoff run in 2021 was, before you got here, was Dancing on My Own. Is there anything that is being played now that, I don't want to jinx anything, but like what are you listening to in the locker room? Do you have a choice for a potential playoff theme?
We'll find something for sure. But like we talked about, that just has to kind of come organically. You can't force it, and you cannot rush it. So,
Greg loves Who.
Yeah.
So,
Greg was hoping you said they not like us.
Well, yeah, you guys were playing that yesterday.
Yeah, that's playing everywhere. I think.
That'll squabble up.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for taking the time. We appreciate it this morning.
Of course, yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Trevor.
All right, that is Trevor Story from Fort Myers.